Hello there, me again. It's Sunday the 18th of October, it's about 12:30. I've already had a warm-up of about as far as I'm going to walk again today. I'm Tim, by the way, hello, how to murder feet, etc. So I'm there, that's Wallasea Island, we did all that last time. On this fen again. That little hut there is fantastic and is on Google with a pin marking it as a B&B, but I think that might have been someone taking the piss because it's got half a door and no window, so, you know. Still, it's probably £1,200 a month, I expect. London waiting and all that. Yes, so today we're going. We came across a sign just over there by that car park, which dismayingly suggested that the England Post path, in fact, does go downriver. So that's the River Crouch. You can just see some little sails on it. We're going to go and look at it in some close detail in a minute. And that goes down to a place called Bridge, which is about 20 miles that way. And then obviously 20 miles back up the other side to get to Burnham-on-Crouch, which is through all that and the other side, where there was a ferry, but I'm not allowed to use it apparently, so, you know, that's me told. By myself, to be fair. I mean, I could just cheat and take a shortcut, but, you know, I bitch so much about there not being England Coast Path signage and the work done to make it a proper path. So when I do come across an actual sign, which you can just see in that hedge over there, the green one pointing into the side there, when I do come across them, I probably ought to follow them, you know, it just seems fair. So anyway, yes, today it is about 14 degrees colder than it was this time last week. Yeah, I got my merino underlayer on, and coats and gloves and scarves and hats and things as well if I need them, but as I say, because I've had to park the car, there's basically no buses at all on a Sunday around here, so I had to park my car about 7 miles that way, and I basically spent the morning walking up to here along the road, which was not as busy and terrifying as I was expecting, so that was nice. So I've had quite a bit of a warm-up already, ready to go, just going to crack on with it. So I didn't think I'd bother filming that bit because, you know, I mean, I'm sure you all know what walking along the side of a busy A road's like. Everyone's done it once or twice, it's not pleasant generally. So yeah, I'm going to carry on along, probably along that hedge that we're pointing at right now, up to the end, to the river itself proper again, off this marshy fen bit, and then we'll see a lot of sailing boats going up and down. There's quite a brisk, you see the distant boat there with its sail bellowed out. It's obviously coming from that way, which is coming from the northwest and bringing some chilly air with it. So I think autumn is definitely here in earnest now. We're going to see thermal shock making the trees drop all their leaves, go orange and so on over the next couple of weeks. It is basically 4 more days than I was planning on. You know, this is all still me catching up from my aborted camping week. Only it turns out now, about 2 or 3 days into that week, I'd have got here and discovered that there were an additional 4 day, well, I think probably an additional 2 days if I was through hiking and not having to worry about cars and loops and so on. But it would have put an additional 2 days on my week, or I would have probably, more likely, I probably would have just cheated and used the ferry, and then agonised about missing a bit and have to come back and done these 2 days separately anyway. So, you know, the long and short of it is I'm still just walking really. So let's do it. I reckon I'm probably going to get to Malden around late November now. Then probably. I've got an additional 4 stages. That's a whole month. So yeah, it might even be December into Malden now instead of the late September I was planning. So, but there we go. I guess lucky people, you get to see a whole load more of these videos. Actually, you would have seen the whole week dumped in one go anyway, if I was backpacking it. But yes, 4 additional bonus stages. Hey, aren't I good to you? Right then, I'm going to crack on because I can't stand around in this wind too long. It's just got a distinct bite to it. Let's go. Wow, there's me thinking today would be boring. That was definitely not there last time. The Mosul Jijik from Groningen. See, I didn't even have to look that up. That's a Dutch flag. English Merchant Navy flag on the front. Doing some kind of desperate 3-point turn in waters I didn't think were deep enough for that kind of boat. Now mate, you want the Thames, it's the next one south. I could look it up on that marine tracker thing, find out where he thought he was going, but unless that's the ferry. Maybe it just sort of rotates 90 degrees and then forms a bridge and you run across it. God. Lots of frantic yachts trying to get around it. Because that thing doesn't have a handbrake, you know, you can't just stamp on the brakes if a small dinghy gets in the way. Normally the standard response is to plough straight through it, and if you're lucky, catch up the wreckage and pull it on deck and then give people a lift to the Azores. Alright, okay. Left hand down a bit. Yeah, that's about level with the... oh, I don't know. I mean, it did look like one of those timber yards had a wharf that could take a big boat, but I don't know. It also looked like that timber yard hadn't used that wharf in a very long time. So. Well, there we go. Excitement already. The other way! I'm sailing here. Haven't reached the turn yet. Right, I've just looked it up. General cargo, 5.9 metres draft from Estonia, 3-letter code I don't recognise, to GBBOC, Burnham-on-Crouch. It is actually meant to be there. Which is bonkers. Plus I didn't think there was a 6 metre draft there, but it just goes to show. Obviously tidal, I mean we are pretty high tide at the moment. Right, no, he's absolutely where he's meant to be. Maybe he is offloading to that timber yard or picking up or something. I don't know. Interesting. But you know, he's not here by mistake. I suppose in the modern navigational marine shipping environment, it's quite difficult to make a mistake of that magnitude, get entirely the wrong river. No, he's come from Estonia. He's arrived at 12:03, which is just about on time. Yeah, okay, nothing wrong here. Everything going according to plan, apparently. Is that sliding sideways? I think he is. I think he's sort of edging up to the dock thing there with some sort of lateral thrust. Is that a pilot there? Is that a harbour master? Or we got a police boat of some sort? So, yeah, something official. Supervising. Can't say I blame him, because frankly, that's bonkers. Right, good-o. I shall withdraw my objections. Anyway, look, we've come up on the corner here now. Well, one of them. Oh, I see. No, we're not on the proper corner. There's still more fence. Okay, carrying on. Mind you can see how high tide it is. That might still be coming in as well. I haven't checked the tides times today, but given that today's path is entirely atop a seawall, I think I'll probably be all right. Yeah. Yeah, he is. I thought either someone's nudging him a tug or something, or he's coming in sideways on his own power. Trying to get to this jetty pontoon thing. Yeah, I think all that was there was like a commercial lumber yard, so maybe he's taking planks to Estonia or something. Hasn't submitted his next destination to the marine traffic website yet, or they haven't scraped it. I suppose there'll be some loading and unloading to do. Good, well, there we go. Exciting. Day's already off to an interesting start. We're going this way now. Really blue sky, no clouds much today, although quite a few on the horizon there. Okay, take that back. Still quite blue where I am anyway. It's nice. Yeah, I complaining about it being 14 degrees colder than last time. I didn't really give any context to that. So last time it turned out it was actually 24, which surprised me because I thought it was only 20 that day. It got hotter than I thought. I did feel it. It felt quite draining. I was glad that yacht club had a public bar there with the lemonade. Yeah, today's 8 degrees. Probably getting to about 10 later, but not much higher. So yeah, definitely autumn is here. Which is good because I kind of like a brisk, cool breeze, you know, as long as I keep moving. It's not so cold it's painful. And like I say, it's going to be a problem if I want to stand around and look at things much today though, so I'll try not to do too much of that. Relatively short one as far as you're concerned anyway, because I've already done half of today's hiking. So so yeah, just 7 miles along here back to the car at a place called South Fambridge. Tiny little hamlet that just about had parking for a few spare cars for local dog walkers and things. But yeah, mostly this, following along. So we even go through anywhere else today either. Still, it's all mileage that's got to be done, whether I document it or not. So, you know, I have to be here. I mean, you don't, obviously. I'm glad you are, though. Right, let's keep moving. I'm totally not caring at all about adders today. They're not even going to get up at like 8 degrees. They're just going to lie there, hibernating. Oh, bloody hell. He's going for it. Spinnakers are very exciting. It's even more so when you have to try and turn the boat. You got it. Don't panic. There's a French flag on there. Come on, Pierre, you can do it. Don't mind my shouting racial stereotypes at you. I'm downwind anyway, you probably can't hear. Yeah, come on round. Here we go. Right, now tighten up that bottom one. And it's zoom. Maybe. That's it. Tighten, 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 tighten. Winch, 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 winch. Okay, other sail goes other way, mind head. Yep, I know all this. I'm basically a sailor. Certainly a seaman. Tighten it up, tighten, tighten, tighten. Unless you don't want it to. Yeah, I suppose if you're terrified of going like at 90 miles an hour and tipping the boat over, I suppose tightening it would be a bad thing at that point. No, oh, there it goes. Boomf. Yeah, almost. Nearly got it. Yeah. Now we're away. Fantastic. Bit tense when you have to turn, but on a long straight, that must be magnificent. Get to nearly 30 mile an hour doing that. Well, it's all knots, isn't it? I don't know what a knot is in real people speed, car driving speed, I mean, in the UK. There he goes. Everything's panic over again. There's lots of them out today. That one's going against the wind, using some kind of voodoo to still manage to have a sail up and then point into the wind and still make progress. Never quite understood how going up Broad Reach or whatever it's called it works. Can't get the spinnaker out for that one, no. What else we got along here? Got a few of them down there, fluttering about. Lovely day for it. Really brisk wind taking you downriver. And if you get fed up, you can just drop it all and put the motor on to come back up, I suppose. Another spinnaker there. Yeah. There we go, look. Go directly into the wind. There's only so much you can do with clever angles. Sooner or later you need to get the motor out. Yeah, excellent. I think it might be a yachting day today. Giving up trying to photograph wildlife, I just don't see any. So the occasional terrifying snake. And then that was only 2 of them in about 1,200 miles, you know. Here we are again with just another reminder of the effectiveness and necessity of these seawalls. Right now, so you can't see this on the camera, on the video, but on the back of my camera I've got a mode that puts a grid of like 3x3 lines across the thing so that I can better line up shots a bit. You know, have some vague stab of trying to get stuff into the middle of the shot, and basically you can see with a bit of parallax as well that water is, yeah, it's about 1 metre higher than the grass down there. So they do work. I mean, I'd have thought the water would have soaked through, but I guess there's enough like clay and things in there that it is actually a waterproof barrier. You pack the mud tightly enough, put enough weight on it. So yeah, I mean, must be pretty high tide at this point. I imagine there's occasional exceptional higher tides, but I think this is a pretty normal high tide. I don't think there's been a full moon or any lunar nonsense lately. So, and yeah, that would all be a massive marshland right up to that brown field over there, I suppose. This has all been used for cattle pasture. Some of it's been ploughed, some of it's being used for crops. Mostly pasture, usable land. But I mean, also, even if you don't use it, you've got to draw the line somewhere, haven't you? Otherwise, the North Sea will just eat England. You know, they'll push it right back to, I don't know, the Cotswolds, maybe? I don't know what the major hill ranges are from here. I mean, you can see some hills on the horizon. That hill there is just south of where I parked the car, so that's pretty much where I'm aiming for today. But yeah, this whole valley would just be a massive swamp, generally, if it weren't for the significant back-breaking labour that whoever put these walls up used. I mean, I just don't know when they were built, but you know, there might have been some steam shovels and things, but on the whole it's going to just be blokes with spades, I reckon, mostly, over a couple of 100 years building this up and reinforcing it. Some of these sections have concrete bits along the inside edge, concrete slab work. You can see some of that when we get onto the river proper, I think, but so this little mini lagoon, but yeah, so it needs repairing, needs maintaining. Much easier on the other side. I mean, look, you can even see little muddy cliffs on that far side there. So clearly the north bank of the Crouch, which is what this is more normal landscape, not as much floodplain stuff. Seawall there must be quite nominal, but even so, if you want the river to stay where it is for a significant amount of time, you've got to pin it there with work, with effort. It's quite startling, quite fascinating to see in person, up close. I don't know how much I'm conveying of this on the camera. I'm trying to keep a sort of straight pan as I go across using my guidelines. There's the water, and then boom, straight off down into there. So yeah, it's definitely doing its job. Water above the land. marvellous. Seen a lot of these, and on the other side, not seeing any acorns. Yeah, that way? No, I think probably along the top of here. It all goes the same way really, just follow the river. That's it, I'm not too worried today. I mean, there is only one way back to the car from here, and the quickest way is to follow the river sea-top defence thing here, seawall. So yeah, it'd be nice to just get a bit more visual confirmation. So the acorn that I did see that sent me down this 4-day detour points to a place called Fambridge, which is about another day beyond, well, about 5-7 miles or so beyond where I'm going to stop today. But that isn't actually a bridge or a ferry. And I do need to go, in fact, to Battlebridge if, as I suspect, there are no other actual crossings of the river anywhere along here. It narrows down to a small road bridge over the thing at that point, and I can then start my way back up the other side. So yeah, I mean, I just follow along really, that's no problem. But like I say, a few more scattered acorns on fence posts would be nice. Mind you, it's the time of year I'll start to see real acorns, I suppose. I see any oak trees. Yeah. Got some more boats. They seem to be coming back at the moment. There's a couple going down. So what time is it? It's 1 o'clock. Yeah, they'll be thinking about late Sunday lunch, I imagine. Definitely don't want to be out there in the dark. Even more dangerous than trying to walk along here in the dark, I expect. Sunset today, 6 o'clock-ish, maybe a bit before. So I've got plenty of time because I'm, doing a fairly short route. And there's one advantage of not doing the buses and trains and things, is I can get here and just get out and start walking. Although the disadvantage is I only get to count half of my walking as progress on the coast path. So swings and roundabouts. But yes, I mean, one of the reasons I'm probably not going to get to Malden until late December is I'm going to have to start planning shorter and shorter trips because, winter and everything, sunsets and such. That's all good. Keeps me out of mischief. Healthy outdoors air and stuff. Odd. Inexplicable concrete section starts here. Quite badly canted as well, as you can see. Maybe this is all subsiding. I imagine this was laid flat because I don't think you can lay concrete at an angle like that and have it set. So, yeah. Let's do a pan shot. Nice sweep of the river crouch here at high tide. Still coming in, is it? Looks like, yeah, the wetness on the rocks there. I think I might still be coming up, or at least on the turn. Dry stone directly above the waterline. Yeah. Let's do a pan shot then. Here we go. Lovely. Didn't expect to be down here at all, but this is nice. It's a lovely day as well, despite the chill. It's not even chilly, it's cold, but the freshness that's just short of crisp. I'm enjoying it. Kind of prefer this to a baking hot 24-degree summer day, to be honest. Gosh, I mean, normally I don't complain about a path, but this thing is canted at a solid 15 degrees and it's quite wearying actually, walking along it. Stagger along. I mean, I might try down there in a minute. Is that some sort of concrete-y road thing? Farm track? Not sure. Which I don't like walking down there because I can't see the water, and seeing the water is good for my psychology. It's nice. I can convince myself I'm walking along a coast. Mind you, a coast that's in danger of taking this out. I mean, yeah, if the whole canted path is because this is all slumping, then yeah, something may have to be done. Still, it's relatively good going. Just a bit wearing on the ankles. It'd hoping it'll straighten up at some point, but it just hasn't. The entire thing for the last like mile has been just like this, sort of running at a tilt. Yeah. More little white sails. It's all very inspirational here. I'm loving it. It's like a mini Norfolk Broads. Hey, I'll be looking at that at some point. Well, the coastal bit of it anyway. Great Yarmouth at some point. Oh. Right. Making good time. I mean, this is largely quite featureless today. I knew it was going to be. It's basically this. Back to the car. So, you know, skip ahead if you want to, it's fine. In fact, I'm going to make you skip ahead by pressing stop. And just like that, the path stops. Concrete just sort of suddenly ends here. It's like I got bored. Very odd. There's some concrete down there as well, that little link road thing, path down there, it stops here as well. Very odd. Inexplicable concrete. Second World War, maybe? Who knows? Faintly post-apocalyptic. Yeah, I continue on. I don't know really. Make my own path at this point. Somewhere along here and around the top. How are we doing? 10 to 2. Okay, I should probably have checked a map before I asked how I was doing. I feel like I'm doing alright. Probably halfway, I suppose. Most places are halfway to somewhere. Oh, I could just stand here and listen to that lapping at the shore there for ages. Better not though, because the wind's going to kill me. It's quite comfortable for moving, exercising, you know, working hard, but yeah, it's not really the weather to be standing around for long periods. There's a railway on the north side, follows that ridge top I think, goes down to Burnham and Crouch and then another little one beyond. I might be able to factor that into my plans when I get to the other side, but the other side bank is quite crinkly all in there, so kind of averages out I think. I think for the north side I don't have to do loop trips. I think I just have to park at a station, get the train, walk back to the car jobs again, which is preferable. So that'd be nice while it's available. Another wide open landscape. Don't even know what that field's all about. Looks fallow to me. Maybe it's a bird reserve or something. Maybe they just haven't bothered ploughing or sowing anything in it. Yeah. Alright, chop chop, keep moving. Wow, we're getting a real close view of the water here at the moment. It's a bit where we've been sent right onto the shore and it's very high tide. I think I'll be alright. I don't think it's going to get any higher. But let's keep moving anyway. So we've fenced off the actual top of the seawall down on this little shore bit. Stomping along. Not that much far to go actually. I think I've about a mile and a half or something before I'm finished for today. Done by 2:30. I don't know. Kind of want to go further, but then it'll mess up all my logistics. It's annoying really. I probably could have gotten from, might have been able to get from Wallasea Island to Fambridge in one go. I don't know, that's pushing it at this time of year, even with proper transport links. No, that's fine, there's nothing wrong with a short stage here and there. Got to think of the overall plan, not just a particular day. That's fine, yeah. Get back early, do some washing and stuff. Catch up on some housework. It's all good. It's so blue. I think the camera's trying to correct for how blue it all is, but still looking amazing. Might take a photo. Still moving along. It's getting a bit boring to be honest. It's quite similar for quite a long way. Also, I'm worried about this tide. I had to go and look it up. And in doing so I've learned that I got the date wrong at the start of this video, which is good. It's actually the 15th of October, I may have said the 18th. I'm not sure it matters too much. It does matter from the tide time perspective though. Yeah, 1:48 apparently the tide was at high at Burnham on Crouch, which is a bit further down. It's not like too different here I think. It's about 20 minutes later and it still looks like it's coming up to me, but it's very high indeed anyway. I think this sea defence is only just on spec. So yes, I think I might just keep going and look for higher ground, you know, just in case this tide has more to give. My feet are wet, but that's actually just because it's like dewy still down there. The sun hasn't evaporated that off yet, so I'm getting wet toes. It's okay. The boots are sort of covering it a bit, but you know, that's fine. I'm sure the heat of my feet will just dry that off nicely. Stop complaining. Look at it. It's lovely. Beautiful day. Right down by the water's edge. Splendid. Some fishing going on there, I think, or smuggling, or something. Who knows? Best not to ask. Some sort of big marina on the. I think that's on the north bank. So I think we swing around a bit. So I think this might even be South Fambridge up ahead. So row of houses and stuff. Yeah. We're about 20 minutes away from the car. Is that another foil balloon? Oh, for goodness sake. Wasn't another foil balloon, it was two. Silver one and this gold star with the word success written on it. Yes, I'm sure there's a better way to celebrate success than putting a never biodegrade balloon in a hedge in Kent. No, not Kent, Essex, yes. Oh, for God's sake, I can't get it all. Hang on. Still going along this quite uniformly similar piece of coast path, which is fine because I think that really is me with the houses on the ridge line there. That's good. Yes, it was a carrier bag full of fishing line as it turns out. So yeah, I think I may have to have decided that I've done my bit now. I don't think I've got enough hands to pick anything else up. Done my own being on the way home. So yeah, I've got a mooring there. I think that might all be off of the, I don't know, it's mid-channel I think actually. There's like a big marina on the north side. We'll come to that in due course. But yes, this could be our stop up ahead on the end of this headland. Oh, for goodness sake. Well, fine, someone else will have to get that one. Is that a deck chair? I don't know. And yeah, wild camping. Wild camping's the problem. Don't know. Saw two fishermen with a wheelbarrow and a dog going the other way some while ago. I'm not saying that rubbish is them, far from it, but not just hiking people along here. Keep expecting to bump into Paul Whitehouse and Bob Mortimer around the next bend at any moment. Right. Just head down and trudge on for the home straight, I think. Doing well. Doing very well today. Doing too well, in fact. Alright, here we are. So that's South Fambridge, I think, there. I think the car's just at the end of that line of trees. There's a path, or road, jetty thing. So as far as I go today. And pick up again on the other side and carry on to next time I'm out here, next Sunday, whatever. Yeah. The old boatyard over there, I think. Jetty, wharf, etc. And there's the majestic River Crouch in all its blueness. Magnificent. Right, see you next time.